Shore is heavy approaching Spadina to east of Jameson. It looks like around Jameson they still have the right lane blocked, but beyond that they've reopened all lanes. How about the money you save staying at home, you spend on your home? Increase your living space, finish your basement. Call AGM now and get $5,000 off your new basement. Visit AGMrenovations.com. Your next report is at 1:11. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi. 8 degrees, downtown Toronto feels like 3 thanks to that wind out of the northeast. Now we've got on and off scattered wet weather the rest of this afternoon. Evening and overnight, also the risk of scattered showers and isolated storms. So we'll be watching the radar. Tends to fluctuate a bit. We did hit our guaranteed high of 11 earlier before the wet weather started, and then temps fell. We could see that again. It will really depend on the rain moving through at Pearson. Right now at Pearson it's 9 degrees and mostly cloudy. The overnight low also near 9. City News Time 103.
A ceremony was held at Police Park this afternoon to honor police officers killed in the line of duty, including one from Toronto.
Our Emily Vukovic has the details. Today was a day of remembering the officers in Ontario who died in the line of duty. The 23rd annual ceremony of remembrance took place this morning at Queen's Park. Among those whose name will be added to the police memorial wall is Constable Jeffrey Northrup. He was killed in July of last year while responding to a call inside the City Hall parking garage. Doug Allen from the Ontario Police Memorial Foundation talks about how important this event is to include the families of the fallen officers.
Families have an opportunity to come back, recognize their loved ones and the sacrifice they have given, and the fact that people remember that the sacrifice their loved ones have given.
Thousands of uniformed officers from across the GTA and abroad took part in today's ceremony, which included a march led by police pipe bands. Emily Vukovic, City News.
Thousands of runners taking to city streets for the Toronto Marathon this morning to push their physical limits and raise money for a good cause. City's Carly Donahue has more.
The energy was electric throughout the morning as thousands of people participated in the Toronto Marathon. 13,000 to be exact. This was the first Toronto Marathon back in person since the start of the pandemic. The marathon itself was 42.2 kilometers long. The half marathon, 21.1 kilometers. And there was also a 10K, 5K, and a relay race. I caught up with some eager runners before the race who said they've been looking forward to this all winter long.
My girlfriend's doing the marathon, so I'm very excited for her. I'm just doing the half. I'm not as impressive as she is. But just, it's nice to get out, and after the long winter, as always, get out and get the body moving.
Now, of course, it's been a chilly Sunday in the city, but that didn't seem to get anyone down. This woman says she's had no problem training for the race, even through the tough Ontario winters.
I think in Toronto it's not too bad. I actually enjoy running in the snow, so I ran outside the whole time.
The top completion times for the men and women competing in the full marathon have now been recorded for this year's race. For the men, 2 hours, 29 minutes and 58 seconds, and for the women, 2 hours, 47 minutes and 59 seconds. Carly Donahue, City News. The City of Toronto has spent several months planning out the clearance of a homeless encampment at Trinity Bellwoods last summer. The information comes from documents obtained by activists using freedom of information laws, which had thousands of pages dedicated to the planning of this enforced eviction. Homeless encampments first began popping up in the city around March 2020 when homeless people started refusing to stay at shelters over numerous concerns due to COVID-19. The city had confidential information on each encampment in a document dubbed Trinity Bellwoods Analysis. In June 2021, the city attempted to clear out Trinity Bellwoods with over 100 security officers, and the eviction turned violent.
You're listening to City News. It's that time of year again. City's Ari Rabinovich has details for filing your taxes. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, the deadline is drawing near. Usually, the deadline to file taxes is April 30th every year. But because that day fell on a Saturday this year, the deadline is extended to the following Monday, May 2nd. There won't be any fines if you file on May 2nd. If you're self-employed, though, you can wait a little bit longer as your deadline is June 15th. The CRA recommends whether or not you're self-employed, then you register for direct deposit to get your return much quicker. Ari Urbanovich, City News.
City News Time 107.
The invasion of Ukraine.
Evacuation efforts Protests are underway in Mariupol today after officials established a safe passage operation to remove civilians from the Azovstal steel plant. It comes after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Kyiv over the weekend and spoke with President Zelensky about how the U.S. will continue to support Ukraine throughout this war. Mike Garcia of the Associated Press has more.
The United Nations says the long-awaited evacuation of people from a steel plant in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol is finally underway. UN humanitarian spokesman Saviano Abreu told the Associated Press the evacuation from the Azovstal steel plant was being done with the International Committee for the Red Cross and in coordination with Ukrainian and Russian officials. On Friday, Yulia Fedosyuk, the wife of an Azov regiment fighter, told the AP the soldiers in the steel plant should be allowed to evacuate as well.
Lives of soldiers matter too, and we can't talk only about civils, and we're hoping that we can rescue the soldiers too.
Up to 1,000 civilians and an estimated 2,000 Ukrainian fighters were believed to be hunkered down beneath the Soviet-era steel plant. I'm Mike Garcia.
The Blue Jays wrapped up April in style yesterday, and they sent one of the best starters in the game to the Hill to start the month of May.
George Springer launched a pair of missiles to left field yesterday to give the Jays all the offense they need in a 2-1 win over the Astros. Manager Charlie Montoyo tossed from this one after the 5th inning for arguing balls and strikes with home plate up Nick Lenz. Montoyo says he was just sticking up for his guy.
And deflecting attention from my MVP, so I rather watch the game from the office than rather watching it from the office. The moment I see that, I'm going to go deflect the attention and keep my best player in the game.
Bullpen was stellar again, allowing just 1 hit and 3 in the 3rd inning. Jordan Romano earning his 10th save. Kevin Gausman has been spectacular in his 4 starts this season. He goes to the mound this afternoon on Sportsnet. Mike Leach, City News.
Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll update gas prices.
City News Time 109.
City News is dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture.
Committed to move forward in the process of reconciliation and respect with all First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people.
This is City News 680. Need t-shirts, hats, or hoodies with your logo? I'm Jasper Art, president of Entropy.com. We print and embroider your logo on thousands of products fast. With 5-day order completion, we are your company's fastest uniform and swag source. All work is done in our Oakville plant, which means we take care of the quality, accepting orders for
Tuvalet arazi fikri
Start now.
Chinese çıktı.
That's ENTRIPY.com. Use promo code Radio15 for 15% off. Now the City News gas price update. Enpro says the price will not change on Monday, holding at $1.87.9 a liter at most GTA stations.
You're suffering from depression and can't work. Your doctor and family both know you're too sick to work, and still, your long-term disability insurer denies your claim. My name is Aaron Waxman, and if your long-term disability claim is denied for any reason, call me at 416-661-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone at # LTD.
At Onlia, get car and home insurance for less. Directly online. No paperwork or phone calls required. It's all online with easy access right from your phone. Finally, coverage that clicks. Get an instant quote today to save up to $750 on your insurance. Try it online at onlia.ca.
City News Time 111.
Now traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
Report is brought to you by Sportsnet. It's busy on the eastbound QE Gardner from Mississauga Road to Dixie, from Park Lawn all the way towards the Spadina ramp. Now, we had no access to the ramp, so that takes you to the lakeshore, just to northbound Spadina itself. So that may still be causing delays here. We can't spot it here on the cameras, and unfortunately, we're not getting a lot of help from Toronto Transportation. So eastbound Gardner ramp to northbound Jarvis had also been closed for the marathon. And eastbound Lakeshore is heavy going approaching Parkside to east of Jameson by Ontario Place. So all lanes have reopened, so it's a lot smoother once you pass Jameson. Eastbound 403 is heavy from the QEW ramp to east of Dundas. On the westbound Gardner Queenie, I'm looking at slowdowns from Jarvis to the Spadina ramp, from Dufferin to west of Jameson, and there's still a stopped vehicle westbound Lakeshore west of Parkside blocking the right lane. Westbound QEW is heavy 420 working. I need more.
More? More what?
Well, more romance.
What? Romance is my middle name.
Your middle name is Kevin. Also, more excitement.
We played board games at my mom's. That's exciting.
Yeah, and more adventure.
I'll make tacos on Monday. I'll go sideburns.
TELUS gives you more of what you're looking for. Save big with Stream Plus. Get Netflix, Discovery Plus, and more. Now available only on the 5G network that gives back. Visit TELUS.com/Stream Plus. Let's make the future friendly.
Toronto's news. Now, this is City News 680. Everywhere.
Overcast, 8 degrees downtown. Good afternoon. I'm Jared Launchbury.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news right now.
Toronto Police Constable Jeffrey Northrup added to the Ontario Police Memorial today at Queen's Park during a ceremony to honor officers killed in the line of duty. He was killed last year while responding to a call at Toronto City Hall. Millions of dollars raised for charity during the Toronto Marathon today. Some 13,000 runners took part. And a reminder to file your taxes today or tomorrow. Monday's the deadline to do so without any potential penalties. City News time at 1:15. It's time now for sports, brought to you by Oracle, the Dreamland Murders on Audible. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, good afternoon. For Judge Dave.
Hey, good afternoon, Jared. The Jays and Astros have their rubber match this afternoon as Kevin Gausman gets the start for the Boys of Summer. George Springer's coming off that two-dinger performance yesterday, and he'll lead us off again with Bichette and Vladdy Jr. to follow. So the Blue Jays end their opening April with a 14-8 record. That's the fourth best in franchise history. And by the way, when they did it back in 1992, they went on to win the World Series. Just saying,